The hardest niggas know, can't deny that. Run up on me, nah, I wouldn't try that. They got a bony, yeah, you ain't slide back. When it's pressure, when it's time, we apply that. Two up top, one to the side is for my section. Look alive, I seen fear when we was pressing. They know.
All right, y'all. King Nightlife back at y'all with another Nightlife Way honest review. Okay, this gonna be a quick one, y'all. You know, I wasn't gonna touch up on this one, but I wanted to talk about situational awareness once again. Situational awareness is something that can't be overlooked. You know, it could never be talked about enough. Okay. Because, you know, you could be enjoying your life, doing your thing, minding your business. It don't even matter where you at. You could be enjoying your life, minding your business, spreading all the positive energy. You're not looking for trouble. You know, you might think you in a safe place, and things will go left quick because of situational awareness, you know, and you gotta be on point. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I grew up in what we would call the hood. You know, I was taught those lessons early. You know, stay on point, man. Keep your head on the swivel. You know, even if you might not have any problems, any issues with anybody, you still keep your head on the swivel when you out and about. You know, you could be out running your errands, you know, anywhere, and, you know, things could just go left. You know, so it's very, very important to practice situational awareness, okay? So this story I want to talk about is out of LA. Yep, it's in LA. This particular story I would like to talk about that has to do with situational awareness. So I want you guys to check out this video, and I'm gonna give my commentary after, let you guys know what I think about this particular video that I'm talking about here. So check this out moving forward.
Men are facing federal charges tonight after authorities say they stalked and robbed unsuspecting casino winners at gunpoint. The pair is said to have hunted their targets in casinos, then ambushed them after they left.
Rick Chambers is live at the Commerce Casino with more on how the daring duo nearly got away with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Rick?
Yeah, Cher, this was literally highway robbery. We had a group of thieves that would follow successful gamblers and then rob them out on the road. But it was a joint FBI, LA Sheriff's task force that put an end to it.
We're happy to have them off the streets.
He's referring to these two men, Derek Lopez and Juan Gonzalez of Southgate, indicted today in federal court for a series of armed robberies outside several different Southland casinos. The feds say Lopez was the scout, always looking for winners in the casino. In fact, that's him at a table in the Commerce Casino high-fiving a female target.
Once they saw a patron that they believed to be a successful gambler, someone who's taking out a large amount of winnings that evening, they would then follow them onto the highway.
It's alleged that Lopez, Gonzalez, and at least two other men would use multiple cars to box in their target along highway off-ramps. This is a surveillance photo of those cars doing just that. The bandits would then swarm the car with guns drawn.
Smash the windows of that car and then demand and take either the winnings themselves or the actual casino chips and oftentimes other personal property of those gamblers.
The victims were predominantly Asian and targeted more than 16 times during a 7-month period back in 2023. The feds say this is Lopez during one of those takeovers. The gunman often hitting more than once a night and taking in quite a haul.
There is at least $275,000 in cash, winnings, chips, or property.
At least 2 of the victims were cut by flying glass as they were attacked in their cars. The U.S. Attorney's Office says that Juan Gonzalez was arraigned today in federal court. Lopez, who is already in state prison on firearms charges, will be in federal court later this summer.
And investigators say they have recovered guns and IDs, fake IDs that were used in these crimes, but very little of the cash and chips. In Commerce, I'm Rick Chambers. Guys, I'll throw it back to you in Hollywood.
Rick, thank you.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. Like I said before, in part one and in part two, situational awareness is very, 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 very important. Doesn't matter where you are. You can be in a place that you might feel you are the safest. The reality is you're not. Okay, so please take your safety and your family's safety very, very serious in these days, you know, because things can go left quick. Okay. Another thing I wanted to say: if you hear any music in the background of this vlog, wife is in the kitchen cooking. Please don't give me a copyright strike for that. Okay, I'm gonna try to uplift my voice as loud as I can to override that. But yeah, what do I think these folks could have did? If we go back to the news article, the lady stated that these particular group of criminals targeted several people. So I'm not gonna go into what several people should have did. I'm just gonna tell you what I think I would have did in that situation to be fair to the victims. So like I said, situational awareness is very, very, very important, you guys. In this particular case, these people were just minding their business at the casino, trying to, bring an extra buck home, and they were targeted. My advice, stay vigilant. You know, don't let anybody ruin your fun. Don't let nobody stop you from having fun. But stay vigilant is very, very important because things could go left quick. In this case, these guys might have thought that they were very well organized, but from what I heard, the FBI was already watching these guys. So they might have been thinking that they were getting away with, thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they didn't. So thanks to them, these guys are off the street. And then again, no one was hurt. No one was seriously hurt because that's very important too. But there's no excuse to not practice situational awareness. So what I would have did in that situation, if I'm going out to the casino and I'm with multiple friends, or if I'm with just a couple friends, somebody's job. We're gonna take turns. We're all gonna be vigilant, but we're gonna take turns. My head's gonna be on a swivel, especially if I'm winning some serious dough. My head is on a swivel, and like I said before, making my way down, that's how people be. Happy go lucky. You're just walking around, you're cashing in your chips, you're winning in front of everybody. Which is, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm just saying stay vigilant, because that's very, very important. They were targeting people. They were actually shaking hands with the people that they're targeting. Do you know how crazy that is? These guys have to be like, oh man, these guys gotta be crazy, And my advice, if you leave in the casino with a large amount of money, try your best to protect yourself, you know, and this is why it's very important for regular civilians to be able to carry firearms. I feel like it should be a natural right. The, you know, when we, you know, natural civilian, criminal, you know, like I said. So I believe that it should be more to be done to keep people safe. But, you know, this, in all reality, you have to protect yourself. You know, and that's what people need to wake up to. You know, and again, I'm gonna say it's nothing wrong with going out to have fun, but just be vigilant, y'all, and pay attention to your surroundings, okay? Because that's nasty work. You know, these guys were blocking people in, robbing them at gunpoint. Do you know how crazy that is? Like, oh man, oh man. Once again, I'm happy nobody was hurt in this vlog, and I try to cover most of the vlogs that I try to do when it comes to situational awareness. I try to pick the ones where, you know, people aren't being seriously hurt or hurt at all. I love a happy ending. So yeah, y'all drop down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know y'all thoughts. I believe this happened last year, so it's recent, but it's not too recent. But yeah, I'm very interested in what you guys think about this particular thing here with this casino robbery. But I'm King Nightlife. This is Nightlife Way. Honest reviews. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch up with y'all moving forward.